The last week of the NFL offseason, starting June 1st, has been crazy. And after the dust has settled down for a couple days, I wanted to hop on here and kind of give my thoughts on it and kind of break down what I see happening in the near future, especially what's going to happen in the 2026 NFL season. So let's dive right into it. First up, I think obviously this is the biggest news that we've seen in quite some time. I mean, this might even be bigger than the Khalil Mack trade going over to the Bears a couple years back. We've got Myles Garrett heading to the LA Rams. So you're probably taking the best football player in the NFL and putting him on the best team, right? We're talking about a team that had now the defensive player of the year last season, that had the MVP last season, and they had a guy who was 100 receiving yards off of the offensive player of the year last season, right? And all it took for them to give him up is a first round pick, a second round pick, and a former first round pick, right? We're talking about an insane player going to an insane team, and it's making Aaron Donald question if he's going to come back, right? For the last 4 or 5 games of the regular season, the playoffs. If that happens, I think this is without a doubt the favorite team to win the Super Bowl. I think they might even be a negative favorite to win the Super Bowl, as crazy as that is to say. I mean, we'd be talking about two of the best players on the defensive line of all time, paired up with a top 10 quarterback of all time, probably in Matthew Stafford, one of the best receivers in the NFL in Puka. I mean, we're just talking about a crazy, crazy roster with a team who might possibly have the best head coach in the NFL in Sean McVay. I mean, we're talking about a team who would dominate, and I wouldn't be shocked if Myles Garrett put up 25 sacks, considering he'd be playing with a lead compared to what he did in Cleveland last season. I love the top comment here. Can someone explain this to me in baseball terms? The LA Dodgers, right? Football is not even fun when one team just stacks up like this. Rams going to the Super Bowl. Hollywood loves a blockbuster. It doesn't even make sense. Rams first is basically a second. This is my take right here, right? We're expecting the Rams to win the Super Bowl. You're telling me you're getting rid of Myles Garrett for the 32nd overall pick? Yes, there's a great draft next season, but you can't tell me a team wouldn't have traded a top 20 pick for Myles Garrett, right? And Jared Verse is a good player, but man, it's just hard to believe. The other big move that I really wanted to go over is Odell Beckham Jr. going back to the New York Giants. This one's not going to matter too much from a schematic standpoint if you're the Giants. I mean, yes, you needed a Z-type receiver on this team because you have a bunch of Ys and an X, but you don't necessarily have a Z. I worry about Malik Neighbors' health considering they made this move, but I also love Odell getting back on the Giants. This makes my heart happy. I know it makes a bunch of other people's hearts happy as well, so I love to see this. Thought this was one of those NFL parody accounts, not going to lie. Homecoming from Vic Blends there. Man, Geno's on the Jets. Seahawks won the Super Bowl. OBJ on the Giants 2014. I love that right there, right? It's so crazy how the NFL is very circular like that. You love to see that, though. Also, I mean, I think we have to include the other part of this trade, Jared Verse, right? Browns build up a ton of young talent on the defensive side of the ball. Jared Verse, I don't think he's even close to Myles Garrett, nor will he ever be, but he's a really productive, good player who's not going to be super consistent, but he's going to make a couple really good splash plays for you. Man, I love this top comment here, though. Aaron Donald, what if I told you you'd never face a double team again? That is going to be scary. I'm telling you, if that happens, man, the NFL needs to be worried. Okay, now for the other really big move, but something that was kind of expected. A.J. Brown going to the New England Patriots. They had to give a 2028 first round pick, which they are very happy with because they wanted to keep their first for next season. Schedule is going to be hard this year. Really, really great draft next year as well. The reason I really love this move, yes, it's A.J. Brown, all these things, but more specifically, Drake May throws one of the best deep balls in the entire NFL. And A.J. Brown is one of the best 50-50 ball guys in the NFL, and he creates great separation versus man coverage. So I think that's going to be a really, really scary duo. I'm still concerned how Drake May is going to fit in Josh McDaniels' offense going forward on the short to intermediate quick game type of stuff. But I really love this pair, and I think Drake May and A.J. Brown are going to put up some crazy stats, maybe even 1,500 yards, something like that. This comment right here, I mean, we've known this was going to happen for months, Lowell, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? The other big one that I don't think anyone's really paying too much attention to is going to be this Nick Herbig signing from the Steelers. Now, I know Myles Garrett just got traded, but I'm looking at a TJ Watt trade. You've got Alex Highsmith, you've got Nick Herbig. They're both locked up on long-term deals. You can't afford both of those guys and TJ Watt going forward. You just won't be a good team. especially not with an offensive head coach. And as much as you don't want to see TJ Watt leave this team, I mean, it's hard to imagine you pay three guys at the pass rusher position that amount of money. As a Steelers fan, what the heck are we doing? That's obviously a guy who wants to keep TJ Watt around. Superstar, thank you for your time in Pittsburgh. TJ, yeah, this right here. All right, you just can't afford it. He's the oldest guy of the group. You're not trading away Highsmith. You're not trading away Herbig after you just signed him. I think that means the end of TJ Watt's time in Pittsburgh. It's only a matter of time. Can we really see an offseason, though, where TJ Watt and Myles Garrett get traded in the same offseason? Talking about shaking up the NFL. Do the Seattle Seahawks have to respond to that Myles Garrett signing by going out and getting TJ Watt themselves? Do the Bears step up in the NFC and go after TJ Watt since they're not going after Max Crosby anymore? It doesn't look like. Man, I just think I'd be really, really excited to see what the Steelers are going to do going forward, and I don't think we're done yet. Right, so thanks for watching. Let me know down below what you think about these moves. I know this isn't the traditional type of video I do here, but I really just wanted to go over these moves because it's kind of crazy.